Hey everyone, Dr. Tam here. Even though I am not in the office, I still like to give you information every single week on your health, how to decrease your pain, increase your function, and of course, your longevity. The topic today is acidity versus alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that people have been reading about. Many people have been asking me about it, even in the office. Rocky, what are people asking about? What are some of the top things that people are wondering about alkaline versus acidic?
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, first of all, the what's, right? What is an alkaline body per se, or an acidic body, and how does it, what are the symptoms probably?
Yeah, so a alkaline body, I mean, if you first look at the science behind it, what is alkaline is what is acidic, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Alkaline in general is, if you look at a pH meter 0 to 14, water in general is 7. Anything above 7 is considered more alkaline. Anything below 7 is considered acidic.
Mm-hmm.
The lower the number, the more acidic it is. The higher the number, the more alkaline it is. Now, the reason why that's important is because in the history of physiology, and many studies have done this, diseases and also cancer is hard to survive in a alkaline state or in an alkaline body.
Mm-hmm.
So people who usually have a more acidic body ends up with just more diseases overall. There isn't necessarily a symptom per se
Mm-hmm.
for a acidic body, but your body that is more acidic will absolutely end up with more inflammation, and inflammation, based on the Guyton Physiology book in 1920, is inflammation's really the start of all diseases.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping your body in a more alkaline state in the long run is definitely a lot more favorable for you.
Mm-hmm. All right. And how do I know, or how do I check if I have an alkaline body or an acidic body?
Yeah, a lot of times you can test your saliva.
Mm-hmm.
There are pH strips that people can test their saliva. There are samples of tests that you can run in the urine. There is, collection of bowel movements. There's samples of that. I mean, there's things all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that, you can check, besides just the alkaline and acidic, is to see if you have candida overgrowth as well. Candida is something that our body has, but those of us who are more inflamed, have been consuming a lot more dairy, a lot more sugar, is more likely to have more candida in their body. And then that's how someone can also get like yeast infections and also other infections as well, increases
Mm-hmm.
with increased candida. So those are some of the tests that people can take in the long run. I mean, there's other things as well. Usually if you do a blood test, and if you're high in blood sugar levels, right? Higher blood than normal blood sugar levels usually means that you have diabetes, and a diabetic body is no doubt an acidic body.
Mm-hmm. All right. And if you have an acidic body, does that necessarily mean that you do have, GERD or hyperacidity?
Not necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
because the unknown or the misclaimer that people have about
Yeah.
having a acidic stomach or high acidity, where they get GERD or heartburn,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually due to a thinning of the stomach lining. It's the breakdown of the stomach lining causing the acid, even they only have a little bit of acid, to irritate the stomach, which causes irritation of the sphincter of the esophagus from the stomach
Mm-hmm.
to the esophagus. And then what happens is that it opens up. It sits like around here on the left-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then boom, you feel like you have heartburn,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's what heartburn actually is. It's usually a thinning of the stomach lining being irritated by the acid. As we
Mhm.
get older, we actually have less acid in the stomach. And a healthy person actually have good amount of acid in their stomach. See, that's the one area where you want acidity in the body, is in the stomach, so that you can help digest foods, because if your stomach's not digesting it as well, then what happens is your liver, your pancreas, your kidneys have to work a lot harder
Mhm.
to help filter out all the toxins, break down the fats and everything else.
Right. Yeah, because that's definitely a misconception. Like most of the people say that, if they have GERD, they feel that their body is acidic, right?
Mm,
So at least we were able to clarify that. Now, we heard of a diet plan like the alkaline diet plan, and you mentioned earlier that, in the long run, having a more alkaline body is healthier, right? So
absolutely.
is an alkaline diet plan, or how does an alkaline diet plan work?
Yeah, so you want to primarily eat foods that are more on the alkaline side.
Mhm.
For example, the reason why we have patients stay off of the nightshade vegetables, tomatoes, bell peppers, right? Your eggplants, is because those foods are actually acidic. An alkaline meal is with salads, certain vegetables, and also fruits. Certain fruits are going to be a lot more alkaline. There's an alkaline chart that we can take a look at.
Mhm.
And on one side, it is more alkaline foods that are listed. On the other side is more acidic foods that are listed.
Mhm.
Most people, first thing in the morning, all of our patients, drop a couple slices of lemon into their water, into like room temperature or warm water, to help their body detoxify, right? So although lemon is acidic when
Yeah.
you bite into it,
Yeah.
right? But what happens is the minerals in the lemon causes the act of putting water and lemon together to be a very alkaline move, because it helps you detoxify toxins. And when you take toxins out in the inflammation and the acidity out of your body in all becomes a lot more alkaline.
Uh-huh. Got it. Yeah. So is it safe, or is it really recommended to drink the lemon water first thing in the morning?
Absolutely, absolutely. But it's just, we're talking about 2 to 4 slices of lemon, and it's infused, which means that you're not squeezing out the lemon juice, right? You're just putting the lemon slices into your water bottle and let it sit for maybe an hour or two, so that the lemon and the water can, ultimately infuse itself.
All right, I see. Okay, well, for the final question that I have here, Dr. Tam, so we talked
Yeah.
earlier about, the implications of having, an acidic body. What are the implications of, having, let's say, too much alkaline in your system?
So sometimes you can drink too much water, right? So we got to have that balance. I think
Mhm.
one of the places where people go wrong is they think that just drinking water by itself is good. Well,
Right.
a lot of times what you actually have to do is you have to not just drink water, but make sure that you're eating with your foods that you're eating has enough minerals and vitamins as well.
Mhm.
For example, when you drink water by itself, and there's stories of people who like go into contests and they try to win something, they end up drinking so many gallons of water they die.
Mhm.
That's because too much water can cause your gallons and gallons of water without the right electrolytes can actually pull electrolytes out of your cells and make you sick, right? Could there be too much alkalinity? It's possible, but here's the key thing: is that you want to make sure you're eating all the right protein, all the right good fats, right? And then all the right high nutrient carbohydrates as much as possible. And of course, drink enough water, some lemon water, you
Mhm.
know, and make sure that your body is functioning to the max that it could.
Mhm. All right. So really balance is key, right?
Yeah, you got to have that balance. And,
Mhm.
most of the time our body's too acidic. So getting more alkalinity in the body, taking more greens, right?
Mhm.
Our vitality greens, it's all organic, making sure you take some of that, making sure that you are taking supplements that creates an alkaline body. Minerals, vitamins is one of the key things that you can do.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much for all those information, Dr. Tan.